Hey everyone, welcome back to the Rock and Roll channel. But tonight we're talking some hockey. I haven't really done the hockey live streams at all, and I have been so immersed in this Florida Panther team and this run. I haven't even thought about football to be honest that much, but I'm going to get back into that. Even the pro wrestling stuff, taking a back seat, man. This Panther run has just been special. I've always loved this Panther team, and just everything the last couple months is just I mean the whole season's been about the Panthers obviously, but this playoff run has just been it's over now, but man. So yeah, I wanted to talk about the celebration today. I'm not going to get into all the games and this player did this and this player did that. It's over. Panthers are the Stanley Cup champions. But I was at the celebration today. I was at the parade. I'm going to give you my perspective of it. Now, granted, I left right before they took the stage for the whole, uh, where they talked to everybody, and I wanted to go to that, but man, it was hot out today, and it was like a mad rush to that part of the beach, and I was like, you know what? Uh, I'll watch the rest on YouTube. But I definitely got to enjoy the vibes. And yesterday, I got into the spirit of it. I got to meet Brad Marchand and I got to meet Seth Jones. They did a signing at a restaurant in Fort Lauderdale. It was cool meeting those guys. Had a great talk with Seth, and we talked about the screen he set for Bennett in one game. And he's like, "Did I get a penalty for that? I can't remember." But so that was cool. Tomas Nosek was there. I didn't really meet him, but he walked by and said hi to everybody who didn't get to meet him, and he was so nice. They're just good dudes. This team. I mean, I can't say enough. And I'm going to get into that in the when I talk about today. Just man, what a difference it is with hockey players versus other sports. And I'm not trying to dog other sports. Hockey's just a different beast. The way they are with their fans, very special. But yeah, so I get up. I should have got there earlier today. Full disclosure, I should have got there around 7 or 8. Didn't do that. Got up at 8:30. Got moving. Got an Uber, and man, it took a while to get to the 15 miles to Fort Lauderdale Beach from where I live. It's about 15, 17 miles. It was an adventure getting there. My Uber driver did everything he could, and he was like, "Stay in the car. I don't mind. I'm in no rush." And finally, about a half mile before, I said, "Let me out. I just want to get there." So he was cool. He let me out. I get there. I run into some people I know. I walked by the elbow room before I did that. I'm sorry. And elbow room line, what do you know, was wrapped around, which is to be expected because that's the bar most associated with the Panthers, obviously, and the exposure they've been getting on ESPN and YouTube and everywhere. It's been awesome. Awesome for Fort Lauderdale Beach. Awesome for Fort Lauderdale. I'm just so happy for the city too because when the Marlins won, they didn't talk about Fort Lauderdale. When the Heat won, they didn't talk about Fort Lauderdale. The Dolphins ever won, they might talk about them a little because they kind of train here, but it's not like with the Panthers who are just true and true to Fort Lauderdale. Um, so I walk into Blondie's. That's another bar. Go figure in Fort Lauderdale Beach, uh, right by Elbow Room, and run into some friends. We're talking. We're having some libations, and I'm just all of a sudden I get into the spirit of it. I mean, I was already excited, and it's just the excitement. And I didn't get to go to the parade last year because I was out of town, so I wanted to be there this year, obviously. And so I said, okay, I'm just gonna go 2 bars over. Somebody I know as well. Somebody I know as well is over there, and I promised them I'd come by and say hello. I go there. My friend there had a table and said, just stay here. They're gonna come by here. And I said, sounds awesome. But I remembered I had promised a friend of mine from high school who her and her husband and her young son and a bunch of their friends who've been so nice to me. And I know her from high school. They got there at 6 in the morning today to set up. And they said, just please come by and say hello. We have a spot for you. You don't have to bring anything. We just, so I said, of course. So I go walk there. It was great to see them. And then I realized they were on the other side of the street. I couldn't get back to the other side. I'm here. But they said, just take a spot by the railing. You're with us. And they're the best, this group. So I hang out there. What do you know? The parade comes right by us. See the players. first time I really got a good look at, might be my first time ever where I got to see the Stanley Cup. And this was my reaction. Just seeing this cup and the history, and it was just so cool. Brad Marchand it was in his bus that came by. Bunch of the players came by and high five. They just left their buses, went to go interact with the fans. I mean, I loved it. It was so cool, and I'm sure, man, hockey players, you show them respect, they will give you all the respect in the world back. Gustav Forsling came by, Jonah Gadjevich, Bill Lindsay, who used to play for the Panthers, now does radio and TV. He came by. So many people, and on a hot day, they didn't care. They were having fun. Seth Jones walked by with everything. Later on, Kachuk and Reinhardt came by, and I had just started to start to make my way somewhere, and then they came by. But I saw them. It was great to see them. They did a back-to-back pose for back-to-back championships. All the guys were just so great, so humble. So taking the cup off the bus, walking through the crowd with it, I mean, unbelievable. I didn't expect to see that. It was packed there, though. I mean, unbelievable. I expected a big crowd, but it was insane. I mean, I've been to Miami Heat celebrations. I was there in 06 when they won. I was there 12 and 13. No, I didn't go to 12. Sorry. I did with the 13. And wow. Nothing against the Heat. They did a great thing on Biscayne Boulevard that day. But if you ask me to compare the two, it's not even close. The Panthers blew it away with the energy of the crowd, with the enthusiasm of the players. I see some people here in the hey, my friend John just said something in the chat, which I'm going to ignore because we just had a funny chat on the phone. And my friend John, I'm going to put up what he said. I don't care. He's a diehard Avalanche fan, but he does respect the Panthers. He's one of my best hockey friends to talk to. I can talk to him any time of day or night about hockey and break down hockey, and it's impressive, hearing his knowledge about the game and everything. But yeah, crowd was insane. I mean, insane from the minute I got there. It was, and then I decided, okay, the last bus had pulled by. I tell my friends, all right, I'm gonna go for a walk. I was gonna try to go to some other bars, make my way around, and then I'm walking and realize I'm on the beach, which I knew. I'm on the beach, and I couldn't get out that way. That's where they were coming on the stage. It was hot. I can't say I was cranky, but I was just starting to be like, all right, I've been out here long enough. So I was like, I'm either staying on the beach. Didn't say it wasn't good, John. Didn't say it wasn't good. That's a good one. I appreciate it, John. And the reason I came on tonight is I just wanted to talk about today. It's just it's in my head. It's like I'm so like thinking about this team 24/7. It's crazy. So I'm on the beach and people were flooding there so they can get as close as possible to the stage. It was flooded right away. Part of me saying, well, I don't know how long it's going to take for these guys to get on the stage. How long do I want to wait here? I finally decided. I see people starting to make their way out if you wanted to leave. And I said, I'm going to go by the Elbow Room. I'm going to go by Blondie's. It'll be on there. I'll be in the shade a little bit, and that'll work perfectly. I walk by Elbow Room, no chance of getting in there. Not surprised. Going to Blondie's. My friends who had been there before weren't there at that point, and I'm walking in there, and it became like this. And I said, I'm done. I'm done. My friend I had another friend at Rock Bar. There's a pool out there. Go figure, South Florida pool. Anybody who's here in the chat or watching, man, please just let me know what you thought about this team, this season, anything, man. I'm in a hockey mode right now. Talk about something else, we can talk about that. Just wanted to make a quick visit. I don't know why I just said that. Wish my friend John was on right now and you heard our conversations. But as I was saying, so that's when I said, all right, I'm going to call it. So I knew I couldn't get an Uber there, like by where the parade was, because the roads were shut down. So I walked over the bridge about a half a mile back, and then I kind of parked it at a restaurant. And I said, okay, this is where I'm going to order my Uber. I looked at the Uber prices, and I went, oh, boy, $90 to go 17 miles. Not good. So then I I said, all right, we're going to try Lyft. Lyft was reasonable, but I just couldn't get the driver to connect. Basically, they were trying, they were trying, they were trying. Finally, someone takes the ride. um, and she stuck it out in the traffic to pick me up. Um, I thought at one point she was going to cancel it and didn't. I finally found her and I said, "This is me. This is me." She's like, are you sure?" She was. She must have just. I was gonna follow because she kept staying. I said, "No, just U-turn, and then we get out of here." And we did. So it was a day for. It was a day I won't forget. Should I have stayed for the celebration part on stage? Maybe, probably so. Um, I was just tired. I was zapped. I'm not trying to make excuses and say, "Oh, feel sorry for me." It was just I had got my fix with the parade. I had got my fix seeing the environment. No, John, I didn't. Just saw real fans. Yeah, so it was just awesome. It was so well done. It was so well organized. The city of Fort Lauderdale, I can't say enough, did a phenomenal job organizing it. It was top to bottom. It was fantastic. Um, the fire department was fantastic. Police did a great job. There was military there. They did a fantastic job. It was cool seeing the bagpipe people of Fort Lauderdale, I think, doing a. They were the ones that led the first bus. Um, Saw lots of like buses of people that weren't even players. Just shows the Panthers are very family oriented. Family. It was great. Um, but yeah, it was cool seeing Kachuk and Reinhardt right by each other, like right by me, and I was like, all right, that's cool. Like you feel like a kid again, like seeing that, and just Kachuk. Just I can't say enough about the guy. We know he's a great player, great person, changed the culture of the team. I'll always be grateful for that. But he just has this presence when he's somewhere. He just knows how to work a crowd without being like insane. He just sits there and looks and does that. He must watch some pro wrestling. Yes, I am, John. I am. Thank you. Um, he just his presence unbelievable. He hold his beer, hold his cigar, and just like dance a little, and just yeah, this pony for the Pony Club song. Man, his he just has that presence when he's somewhere. So do a lot of the guys. I mean, there's some big personalities. Gadjevich running around the way he was great. Ekblad, all of them. Bennett, all of them. Reinhardt's a character. I mean, they're just good dudes. I mean, I can't say enough about this team. I can't say enough about this organization. I can't say enough about the city of Fort Lauderdale, the way it came out today. I'm sure there are a lot of people from Miami that came down, or came out. Excuse me. I talked to people that had come in from Stewart and past West Palm Beach and spent the weekend there for the parade. So it was awesome, top to bottom, first class. Such a good time. So proud of this team. So proud. Everything. This hat that I got it the other day, and it's already taken a beating now because of the parade, and that's fine. So I think that's it for here. I just wanted to check in and hope everyone's doing well, and just congrats to the Florida Panthers. Congrats to everyone involved with the team. It was great seeing the head trainer with his crew having a bus for them. If anyone's here, man, wants to jump in the chat, I'll stay on. I see a few people have jumped on, and I appreciate that. But what a time! What a time! I hope the economy of Fort Lauderdale really had a serious boom, not just a boom, but a serious boom because of these last few years, and they deserve it here. Um, so I think that's it. If you watch this after, leave a comment. I'll get back to you. I'm going to get back to some Florida State football talk because we go from the champs to much more difficult topic, and that's Florida State football coming up this next couple months. Some wrestling talk with Stevie Breach, just all kinds of stuff. Vlogs are going to continue. But I just wanted to check in today and just talk about today with the Panthers and everything, and just what a day it was on Fort Lauderdale Beach. I'm glad I was there for it. Just wish I got there a little bit earlier, but that's okay. I was there when I needed to be there. That's all that matters. So take care. Thank you. And John, I appreciate you in the chat as always. And I'll talk to you later. And like I always say, go Cats, go.